Hello everyone, Miss Art Garden here, and today we're going to go through how to draw a face for absolute beginners. And we did a male version of this already. I'll put the link in the description. And today we're going to go with female faces. And I said in that video, if you want to get good at drawing faster, my suggestion is to learn how to draw with guides. And the guides just help you draw a little more symmetrically and proportionally. So if I were you, I would start practicing drawing shape, especially circles. It might sound a little silly. I used to fill up a whole page of just junk trash back of my homework paper with circles just to learn how to draw them cleaner. And I think that really did help me a lot. So speaking of circles, we're going to start with a circle. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just something that will represent the cranium of the head. And then we're going to do a vertical guideline, and this will represent the middle of the face, where the nose will be and dead center of the eyes. And you want to draw this a little bit at a curve, and then we're going to want to draw the horizontal guideline. Most people draw it 3/4 of the way down because that's right where the eye length is, and then they draw over that line. I tend to like to just draw under it so I don't have to erase it awkwardly later. So I draw it about 2/3 of the way down rather than 3/4. And then we're going to draw the general face shape in. It's going to go down right about under the circle. It's going to come in a little bit and meet up at the chin. And then over here, it's going to do the same thing. And depending, I've drew my circle a little bit wide. If you've drawn yours more symmetrically, you can just start right at here. Because I don't want my face to look that wide, I'm going to come in just a little bit. And those are just things you'll just have to kind of pick up. Okay, so the jaw lines, I drew this line down at this angle. This line comes in a deeper angle. And then the jaw line is about here. This one I tend to draw a little bit under this one, the bend area, and then it meets up at the chin. And that is basically just shaped out the face. So now what I'm going to do is make the guidelines a little bit lighter. So my new lines that we're putting in for the face will be a little bit easier to see. And this is just for the video. Next I start with the eyes, and I do draw them a little bit under this guideline like I said. When you're drawing them in, think about you need them to be about an eye length apart. And at this angle there is going to be a little bit of foreshortening. So this one will start a little bit nearer to the line than this one. So let's draw on the tops of these at whatever eye style you want. And starting around the corner of this eye, because of the angle, we're going to draw the bridge of the nose coming out. And it's going to end right about here where this line intersects. And then you can curve it down into that just a little bit down there, however you want to shape your nose. And then you can draw a line down for the mouth. And you just want to think about, so the mouth line typically is about 1/3 of the way down from there. And I know this is a little skewed, but I'm probably going to make my chin a little bit shorter when I do the final thing. So I'm just thinking ahead there. So now we can kind of detail in the features so she looks a little bit more natural. I'm going to put the bottom of the eyes in, and I'm just going to curve them. I'm going to put a crease line above each eye. And let's draw the irises. So maybe she's looking over. I believe this is the way I did the guy. Maybe I'm wrong. And then I'm going to draw just a little corner of the eye here. You won't be able to see it on this side. And because she's a female, if you want, you can make her lashes a little thicker, like she's wearing makeup. That's totally a stylistic choice. And then for the nose, let's draw in a little bit of the nostril. I tend to do a line here and a little bridge point here. And that's all up to you. I'll erase some of these lines so you can see better. And then for the mouth, I don't actually want this line to be flat. I want it to come down a tiny bit right under the nose at that angle. And then if you want to give her a smile or whatever, you can. I tend to make the corner of the mouth just a little bit thicker, like you're seeing just a little bit of a wider tapered area. And then you can draw in the top of her lip and the bottom of her lip. And now that she has her features in, let's redraw the shape of her face a little bit more around the features. So at the eye, you're going to have a point that goes in a little bit, and that's just a skull thing. And then you'll come out for the cheek. And we can come down and follow these guidelines a little bit. The cheek, you'll want to come out just a touch, unless you want them to have a sunken cheek look. And then it'll come down here, and I'm actually going to bring this chin area out to reshape it. Give her a little bit of a chin. It'll come a little bit over, and then right around the corner of her mouth, I'm going to bring it up like that, and we'll meet back up at these original guidelines. Just kind of messily putting this in, and you can erase your other guidelines so they don't distract you or confuse you. And then we'll draw in the eyebrows, because that's something I always forget to do, but it's not too late to do it. So let's go ahead. starting a little bit further out from the corner of the eye and ending a little bit past where the eye ends. That's the general area of the eyebrow. And I'm just going to curve mine a little bit to give her a neutral expression. And this one you don't want to go over the line of the nose, so it will go a little bit behind this eye curve and here. Okay, let's draw in her ears. The tops of the ears start at the tops of the eyes and go to the bottom of the nose. And you can draw a little curve in there for the shell, a little out area here for the canal, and a few little lines there if you want. It's gonna depend on what kind of style ear you want. That's how I draw my ears. And then her neck will start right about behind where that jawline ends, and it'll come down, and we can have this one start here and go out, and you can draw in her shoulders coming out and out like that. And that is the face of a female. If you want to do any little touches, sometimes I like to erase this line, give her a little bit more of a delicate look. And I didn't quite make this, you can make adjustments. I didn't quite do that into the curve that I wanted, so I'm going to bring that in, give her a little bit more of a delicate brow. You can add hair, you can add clothes, but that is the basic shape of a female face. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions for future videos, let me know in the comment section below. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.